This is a Headgum podcast.
Okay, so the theme
That's
song
the
is
theme
playing,
song,
but
like-
ultimately we'll plug in.
So just cut it.
Yeah, so
So
don't,
like that wouldn't
Kevin,
that
cut
wouldn't
the
be
theme
the
song because we don't.
You didn't hear it, so it doesn't matter. But like that's the theme song for the normal show that we were doing.
Right, but this is the 600th. So,
This is the 600th. Exactly.
600th,
Thank
and
you.
it's-
Yes.
so you
Okay.
can't have that.
Someone understands.
So we can't
never.
have that. We
yes.
can't have that. Yeah.
We're not going to hear that.
I'm
yeah.
following you. I am with you on this ride.
Okay.
No, I know.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
I appreciate it.
But I do
not
just
everyone has been with us on the ride, Kevin.
I do just want to run through it one more time, just so we have it exactly. Like we don't have.
We'll get it right. You go, and then I'll.
We
jump
only
in
have an
if-
hour,
if
which
you leave out anything
we're so
big.
grateful for. But I think 3 would have been
3 hours would have been
nice.
ideal. Yeah,
That would
3
have
hours would have been.
We were
perfect.
working on 3 hours. We were working on getting the 3 hours.
You and your team.
Me and my team,
Mhm.
we sat down. We were doing the whole thing. I had the Google calendar, my iCalendar. We laid them on top of each other.
You have to.
And I was
Yeah.
like, no.
You have to drag them over to the same
Well,
window.
well,
to
it was
see.
Minority Report style.
Mhm,
I was,
yeah.
I was
So you
moving
just
things.
lay the-
I
yeah.
was just waving it, and then I just saw that it just didn't. It just gave me an hour.
It was
It
just giving you
didn't
the 1
was just
hour.
one
for the
hour.
3.
It was
yeah.
just one.
And like I said, we are so grateful for it, and grateful to your team as well.
But
But
then, they are a dream.
yeah,
They're
I mean,
a
you must
wonderful
wake up
team
every
of
day and
people.
go, "Thank you for my team."
Mhm.
Well, yeah, like I roll over and I say, "Team, I'm so
Yeah.
happy you're here. I'm so happy you're here."
You roll over because you're sleeping like
Together.
completely face
And-
down, but like
Like, no. Well, when I roll over, because my side of the bed is my side of the bed, but it's a
yes.
big,
You're-
huge Hollywood star bed.
Mhm.
And it's a big
So,
team.
It's a big
Yeah.
team. So I'm here, and the publicist is there. The publicist, the assistant, the dog walker,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and then the various other serfs.
Yeah.
Chef.
They are on that side.
Yes, chef.
I think people don't understand when they hear like, oh, like my agent gets 10% or whatever. Like that's of the bed.
Yeah,
Right. They
like-
get 10% of the bed.
Yes, which
And-
for the big Hollywood star bed is
And 10% of
like,
the HUD,
that's
too.
pretty good.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's 10% of the lovin'. That's
Yes.
not for nothing.
Yeah, of course. Yes. And twin bed comes from, I mean, that's what I call my agent. Like, my agent calls, like, what's up, twin?
What's up, twin?
That's where twin bed comes
Yeah.
from.
That makes complete sense now.
Right?
Mhm.
You just
Well, it didn't make sense
Yeah.
before.
you just schooled me because I'm like, twin bed makes no sense to me
sense.
on its
No.
own.
No, it didn't make sense. But obviously, I call my manager Queen and my
Yeah,
agent
of
King.
course.
And
Yes.
this
Yes,
is because
Queen.
this is
Yes.
Bed.
yes, yeah,
Queen. Yes,
yeah.
You go,
Go
King.
off, King. Yeah.
Yes.
Go
Yeah.
off, King.
Yeah.
Okay, full.
All right, California King.
Yes.
Yes.
Shaw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but I do want to just get us back to the premise because
Okay.
we do only have an hour.
Yes, I'm ready.
So we need to do a big show
Okay.
for the 600th.
hmm
Well, and doing just a big show is not enough. I don't mean to cut you off already.
Yes, no, go
We've
ahead.
done big shows
Doing a big
before.
show is not enough.
We've done
We've
big
tried
shows
that.
before.
Yes.
What's the biggest show you've done?
We had
Have you guys had Macy Gray?
You know, that is another calendar
Mm-hmm.
thing where
You gotta
between the
work on that.
iCount and the Google count, they're not lining up.
She has a big bed.
Because we can't do Macy in 1 hour.
No, you can't,
Yeah.
dude. No, no,
Mhm.
you need like 4.
yeah,
You need 4.
yeah,
Just an hour for the discography, and the other 3 just to revel.
yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
there's so much reveling. You really have to carve out so much reveling.
I know.
No, we had Stacey Brown.
Stacey Brown.
We had Stacey Brown.
Mm.
Yeah, we didn't have Macy Gray. We had Stacey Brown,
Mhm.
who's like doing a kind of similar.
Yeah,
thing.
she's sort
We'll
of
like,
a-
oh,
It's not an
Her last name is
impression,
a
but
color.
it's inspired by
Yeah.
what Macy does.
Now, would I be really? Who is Stacey?
I think it'd be
Brown?
good if just for the podcast and like we can like cut and come back to stuff, but like you should probably know who that is,
And you should
Like,
be a
she's-
little impressed because
Yes.
it's
okay. So
yeah,
that's kind of the reaction
wow.
that
May I look on my phone right now so that when we
She's not going to be
cut
in there.
and
She's
and
not
I
gonna be
come
in there.
back?
she's not like you're definitely not gonna want to have looked on your phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
but
Like,
then how would
you
I
just
know
wanna
who
give, like,
Stacey
a,
Brown
okay,
is? Oh,
okay.
okay. All right, ready?
So
Yes.
Macy Gray.
He's ready. It
Sa-
sounds like he's ready to
No,
go.
I'm ready.
Okay.
And Stacey Brown. Did you guys are shitting me, right?
I would
We-
not lie
honestly, we
about
don't have
something like
time.
that.
Honestly,
you
we
know
don't
what I
have
mean?
time
Yeah.
because we only have this one.
You
I
only
can
have an
already see,
hour,
like, yeah.
but we're already going to use some of this because the fact that you had Stacey Brown, I've been trying to get Stacey Brown on my podcast.
Okay.
You have?
Yes.
And Stacey Brown's people won't talk to my people.
When talk about your podcast, because you're in the Headgum family now, and again,
Yes, I'm
we
here.
only have a really short time,
And it
so
is
just
a family.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's a big family. And like a family, we all use the same furniture,
Uh-huh.
which I think is amazing,
Mhm.
Yes.
which is very
yes.
nice.
Yes.
Like-
So
like a
nice.
team.
Like the poor family who we sleep here in shifts.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's like Charlie
That's right.
Bucket's family, isn't it?
You will not believe me. That's the reference I was just going to use. One of us is grandpa.
Uh-huh.
I don't
As
believe
we're laying
you.
here, one of us is grandpa.
Yes.
And then we don't get up until we have to dance.
That's right. Until it's time to dance.
Yeah.
It's true. And it's time to dance right now, isn't it? This is
Yeah.
our dancing.
Man,
This
this
is when
makes
we
me so
dance,
happy.
yeah.
And so in my Headgum family, the What If podcast, it's called Wayne Brady's What If with Jonathan Mangum, who is my co-host and my brother, my sergeant at arms. It's a very simple premise. It's an improvisational podcast that really, you guys know improvisation. It's just what if. The whole thing is, that if you came on, we would just have a conversation. Maybe I'd ask you about your life. I'd ask you where you guys are from, and we just shoot the shit. And at certain points in your
Please
con,
don't do. If I go on, please don't ask me about my life.
no, but I'd have to.
There's
I mean,
some things are off limits, and like his life is going to be.
Well, now I need to know.
Let's just
No, so too much.
I have to have some kind of boundary. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Something has to be mine.
So we'll pretend that this is an episode of What If. So let's just say that I am co-opting your podcast and we're doing What If right now.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we don't really like to to do that on this show, but
Okay, but let's do that right now then. So
it's
so
not really
okay.
something we've done.
so you're my guest, and I say, "Hey, welcome to What If," and then you introduce yourself,
Hi, I'm sorry.
and that's how you introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I just get really scared. Like the idea that you're going to ask me about my life. And
Okay,
then
so what if
also,
I don't ask you about your life?
Okay.
So let's talk
Wow,
around
thank
your
you.
life.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Okay.
what did you do today?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Today, especially not about like what
This day,
in
'cause it's the
particular
600th
has been really tough.
whatever the day is.
Just
you
gearing
know,
up for
like,
the 600th and like
Today
yeah.
is the worst day of the rest of
Okay.
your life.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good because this is really showing the yes and of improvisation, so
And
I
like-
can roll with it.
And like you said, like we do know improvisation. We know it enough to stay away from that. We like to really have everything. We like to have a nice TikTok.
You
Right.
can
Going
you
in.
can feel obviously that
The rigidity.
yeah,
Yes.
this is a well-oiled machine.
Oh,
Like
I
you
can
get
f-
on this podcast and it's like obviously between all the scheduling and everything, like we've walked you through the beats of it. And like
And just to like the premise of your show is very simple. The premise of this show is very simple as well. And I do just want to steer us back to that
Let's go back to that.
because
I'm not gonna
speaking of
find out about your
TikTok,
life,
my
right?
friend
well,
over there.
I just can't.
Okay.
Thank you for being so respectful of his kit.
No, because you look like your boundaries are not porous, and
Yeah,
I don't
I
want to
mean-
be the one to try to shove myself in any crack in your boundary.
Okay, well this is now I feel like you do know about my life.
I feel like I do know you,
Yeah.
and now that I know you, I don't want to talk to you. So tell me more about
has
the
the
show.
porousness gotten out? Like that's like
People are talking about the porousness. So people are that's
because that's
so that's
actually one of the
conversation
things
in the
that-
hallways out here and stuff at Headgum, right? Because I can feel people get real quiet the second I step out
As
of
soon
the
as
room.
you walk through, well, when
and
I
it
met
seems
you,
like they're talking about the porousness.
as soon as I met you,
Rich
I
man, porous
detected
man.
that. I actually heard the little of the wind through the porous
the
nature
pore.
of your boundaries,
Yeah.
but it's okay. Yes, and
That's a song. I mean, everyone has
Yes.
a different song. You know,
Everyone
That's
has a song.
That's his song. The wind going through his porous parts.
the wind through your holes.
that went through my whole
Someday I'm going to record that song for you.
Oh my god.
And
Wait.
if we I think we will probably have to record some songs on this as well.
yeah, just
If we get there.
well, because we're gonna need a theme song.
We're gonna need
obviously
a
not
theme
gonna
song,
use
yeah.
that
So-
one.
Oh, right, we got to
so-
do a theme song.
Headlines. We have to make headlines with the 600th. We have to like be able to put out a press release
Okay.
and have it be something that people will cover. They have not wanted to cover the version of the show that we have been doing for 599 episodes. So
So you haven't gotten any press?
we got there's a newspaper called Fish Newspaper.
Okay.
And it is perfect.
FISH or PH, like the
It's
band?
FISH.
Okay, just making
yeah.
sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fish Newspaper with a
But
PH.
that would be
From your lips to God's
enormous.
ears.
That would have been
If we
amazing,
could get
right?
into
That would be
there,
incredible.
that
Okay.
would be.
And it's just designed to, like, people were using just like normal newspaper. So it fills a need. Like,
Right.
it's like it's a useful thing. It's just designed
More useful
to
than a
catch
lot of the
juice.
newspapers that are out
Totally.
there.
Because like normal newspaper were like letting the juice of the fish
Right.
just like come out onto your hands and stuff like
You
that.
don't want
There's
that.
ink getting everywhere. But they need something to write about in the newspaper too. They can't. It's not a newspaper if it doesn't have articles. In it.
They got to fill a whole newspaper.
Right, because then
every
it's
day,
just paper.
Yeah, exactly. So they did an article about us having a really bad podcast.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we
So
need
it's press.
So we've gotten press.
right.
Yes.
And
so
you know, they say
all
no
press is good press.
All press is good press.
Yeah.
All press is good
Except
press.
that. So that's the phrase has been changed to.
It's been
to-
altered slightly.
It's
All
been
press is
altered
good press,
to
yeah.
account for.
There's an
that.
asterisk.
Some
next
press
to
is
that
bad
saying.
press.
Yes.
Yeah.
A press is
Yeah.
A press is bad press,
Yeah.
which is the article
The
that they wrote about.
2019
Why don't we just
Hollywood
change
Handbook
it
Fish
to your press
article.
was bad
Yeah.
press?
They should. These guys, yeah. When other
Yeah.
people are saying it, and when we're not around, which frankly we often aren't, when people are talking about us,
Yeah.
But look at
these
it
guys'
as
press was bad press.
it could be the win, though. Your press was bad press. That's the past. That's the past.
The was is
The was.
important, isn't
The was.
it? That's the
Yes.
key.
Your
Not
press
not
was
bad
bad press.
That's
I'm not
the
still
key
living
word.
in
It
that
You have to say
was.
newspaper article.
your press was
Yes.
bad press.
Yes.
Your press was bad press.
Yeah.
And so here is how we turn that around.
Okay.
We change the name of the feed of our show,
Mm-hmm.
this episode and every past episode,
Right.
to Be Our Guest Brady. And we put out in a press release that we have been doing a show for now 600 episodes where the entire premise was getting Wayne Brady as
Can
our
we
guest.
somehow get to Wayne Brady? We've had some near misses.
Getting 1
We've had
hour.
people in your life. Yeah, well, ideally, yeah.
But that's that's like, that wouldn't be part of the press release.
Oh, gotcha.
Ideally,
Okay,
like
okay.
the hour aspect of it. Like we don't want to
We'd
center
kind of
that, 'cause
bury
we're like,
that.
we would,
I mean,
three-
Fish
three would've
Newspaper
been
might
really
bring
nice.
that up, but we would hope that the rest of the
Because they do this.
outlets
This
would-
guy did one with Tom Hanks. It was a show
whole
about
thing was
how,
about
like,
a
Tom
story,
Hanks,
met Tom
like,
Hanks.
was mean to him or something,
When he was
and
20,
then
and
Tom
then-
Hanks came on.
and then
These
he's like,
came on the
Ah.
episode. Did
I
you
don't
hear about
remember
this?
that.
Yeah.
And then it was
Yeah,
like everyone was
because
like,
Tom-
"Oh, the news!" Like,
Right.
yeah,
Because Tom Hanks is famously one of the nicest guys in Hollywood.
yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Exactly. Except like he was really mean to this.
He was
guy,
mean to
it
this
turned out.
one guy.
This guy wanted to be in a movie, and Tom Hanks said, "No, you. Like,
I saw
you
a
can't be in
show.
this movie."
It might have been a
that's
show.
right.
Yes.
He got cast.
Well,
He
Yeah.
actually got cast. And
I
he
don't
was
want to tell his
fired.
whole story,
Yeah.
because
That's right. Yeah, yeah,
they've
yeah.
gotten a lot of press. So if we make this show about that,
and so
too,
you see how your eyes lit up. You sat up and sat
I
forward
see
talking
where we're
about that
going with
different
this.
podcast.
but you know why you know about it? Because he got
The
the
press.
guy that the show was about. So if we can
and that
make it
was all
that you're the
fucking
guy the show's
bullshit,
about,
too, by the way.
So
like
for
he hadn't been
590
doing. He got Tom Hanks had not been doing a show about any of that crap.
He just
no one
retrofit
had been
the story.
listening to
He
it before
he
Tom Hanks.
retrofitted it.
Yes.
I get you.
Yes.
he was just like, oh, and by the way, the whole time I was talking about Tom Hanks, he just fucking saw Tom Hanks, got him to record a little piece for him.
I completely get you.
So this show,
Uh-huh.
as far as we're all concerned,
Exactly.
is and always has been called Be Our Guest Brady. The fans
Searching for Wayne.
Be Our Guest Brady, searching for Wayne. And I think that's a good compromise. He had really been pushing the searching for Wayne.
Well, because you remember at one point they were searching for Richard Simmons.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
I think they got in trouble.
Yes. And that was my bump on it because
Yeah.
like that was not we don't
We
really
don't-
want
we
to be
don't-
going down that path.
So you don't want the searching part.
But what if we
Searching
call it
for
Searching
Wayne.
for Wayne?
Yes.
Searching for Wayne. I think that I like the ring of that. And I'm already on board. In fact, when we start taping, I'll say things like, guys, of course I came. Look, my phone
Mhm.
is full of text messages
Yeah.
from you
Yeah.
asking me to be on your show. They go back. How long has the show been around?
And
Well,
we-
maybe we
we
can
started in,
record like
7 years?
because we're gonna need
longer.
to
10.
a little
A little
than that.
longer.
Wow. 15?
Not 15.
No, come
that'd
on.
be
We're not
crazy.
Oh, that's
crazy.
ridiculous.
14,
We
I
have
think.
lives.
Yeah.
15.
13 or 14.
Dude, I've got
yeah.
texts from 13-ish years ago from people that now I find out it was the two of you haranguing me to be on your show.
Mhm.
So maybe we can drop it because we're gonna need to plug some stuff in old feeds. So if the media checks, we'll have a few lines about like how our progress
Yes.
in getting your phone.
I've got a great idea.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Let's
thank
go
you.
back. I will pull up a conversation for, let's say, 7 years ago,
That's great.
and I'll go,
Oh.
hey, when I was at the barbershop when I had hair, I was getting
Yeah.
texts from you guys.
Mhm.
Then people can go back and Google search and they'll see 7 years ago I wasn't bald.
That's
That
great.
you had hair.
then they
so
can-
then
Yes.
that's this.
And they'll know and
that
it'll
one
line up
little-
with the
That
timeline.
one little truth disguises the lie.
Devil's
Yes.
in the details.
And so here's me telling a story. We'll just drop this into an old one. So I run into the barbershop. Wayne is there. Wayne is sitting there with his famous.
That's
what do you
perfect
want your
for our
hair
show.
to have been? Really tall?
No. This was the jelly curl.
Jelly curl.
The jelly curl. We'll
Okay.
call it a jelly curl.
Like a jelly curl cat.
the kind of
Like the famous jelly curl cat.
Sure,
the
like
famous,
the jelly curl
world
cat we all
famous
talk
jelly
about.
curl. Yes. So like the jelly curl cat hairstyle.
Okay. Yes.
Named after my hairstyle. And I also think that the little detail that you should drop in is that when you dropped into the barbershop
Mhm.
on MLK
Yes.
with you and your boys.
Yes.
Mhm.
So if you make it very specific,
Yes.
it was the barbershop on MLK and you and your boys.
Yeah.
It was. I dropped in the barbershop on MLK. It's MLK
Mhm.
Day.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, Wayne is there.
And you were
He's
there
with the
But
boys.
you had
Yes.
to be with your boys.
you were with your boys.
I was with my boys.
and you were getting a
our
fade.
boys. I mean, we have
Yeah.
the same boys.
And you were getting a
Yeah.
fade.
I was with our boys.
Well, this is where I would get distracted. Oh, your boys, but somehow I wasn't invited.
Ooh.
So we'll
That's
so
good.
we'll,
Oh, it was you and your boys, but I wasn't there.
That's
So we finally see Wayne, who we've been searching for this entire time. And it's just coincidentally the day that you invited all of your boys except me.
well, I mean,
Do I not get a haircut
Well,
What
sometimes?
other boys do you not like?
we want. You can't be
Te-
in this
tell
episode,
me-
Wayne.
tell me
Wayne,
that
you
Hamish
cannot
wasn't there.
You
Hamish.
cannot be in this episode because we're still searching for you at this time.
Oh no, I'm not in the episode. I'm really helping you get your backstory right.
Kevin can always, nip and tuck this thing so that Wayne's
Sean,
not interrupting.
Me and Hamish and the boys wanted to surprise you for your birthday, which he changed his birthday to MLK Day just to be like supportive.
Yes.
Yes.
I just think that stuff is so
It's not a
good.
lie, actually. It's true. He did that.
Oh, got you. Okay.
And so we go in. Wayne's getting his jelly curls, raspberry, and I get right up next to him, right behind him, because I know, like,
Oh my
I'm here to
gosh.
get a fade, but I also might catch a couple if I'm here, like, trying to book. We're here to. It's Be Our Guest Brady.
Yeah, it's Be Our Guest Brady.
And I'm a little worried that I'm a known commodity at this point because of the nature of some of the texts that
Right.
we've been sending.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been talking to my barber constantly every Saturday when I go in.
What's going on with you?
I say, hey, Sharif,
Mhm.
look, this dude just texted me again about being on his damn podcast, trying to search for Wayne.
Mhm.
And then he says, man, that shit is horrible. That shit is absolutely horrible.
I
It's
wish
not that.
Sharif
He's
would
being a-
support us.
He's being a little
more.
hard
Yeah,
on us.
Come
It's
on.
not
Yeah.
that bad.
Horrible.
He hates your podcast. Sharif has finely tuned podcast taste. He's like, I love comedy in all forms.
Oh, he likes comedy
I
podcasts
like
specifically,
comedy
but
podcasts.
doesn't like ours.
These
Okay.
cats,
no.
they are horrible.
What are like what are like his top 10 shows? Just like a quick top 10.
Yeah, it might be
Sharif
nice to do a segment on Be Our Guest Brady. Could probably be Sharif's top 10 comedy podcast.
Maybe we'll say, oh, this is great. In our searching for you,
Mhm.
we've gotten some of your boys, like some of your circle,
Oh.
on previous episodes. So
that's
here,
what
if
I
you
figured.
do,
Like we've
if
got
you do
access to
Sharif
Wayne.
naming his
We're
top 10
getting
comedy
closer
podcasts,
and
we can
closer.
drop that into the feed in an earlier episode.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You know what? I think that's brilliant because then Sharif would say, oh man, I like things like Smartless.
I find the humor. It touches me. It is ironic, yet it is it's very smart.
You feel like you're
Well,
there.
the dynamic with those guys, you're just part of a funny conversation.
It drops you in and makes you feel like you're in the room,
and
not
they
outside
tease
of the room.
each other, but there's love underneath.
Man,
it.
that camaraderie, I haven't had that since now.
Sharif,
And
you
that's
never
what
open up about Nam.
Smartless reminds you of Vietnam.
Man, y'all know
You miss Vietnam?
I miss the war so much. I served with a dude named Willie Bateman. Willie Bateman.
That's what reminds you.
That's why I like that other Bateman. Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Every time I see Jason Bateman do one of his ironic eye rolls and sarcasticity, I think of Willie Bateman stepping on that mine.
That's what it felt like.
You know
Willie
what
Bateman stepped on a mine.
You know what Willie Bateman was doing that Jason Bateman would talk about too when he was in Vietnam? Coming in, guns hot.
We were 12 clicks right outside of Da Nang. It was on night patrol, and I would never forget this. I said, let me go first. I'll be on point. And Willie looked at me, and just like Jason Bateman, he said, and that was it. He just said,
Yeah, you can't argue with that.
And then he
There's
looked
nothing
back
to
at me.
engage with.
And
Yeah.
man, I just felt, it filled me with warmth.
Smartless, I mean, that's a tough one to bring up because when that started taking off, and as far as the show is concerned now, his name is Sean and my name is Hayes. To just kind of and we went back and we dropped that in the feed. That was like kind of our first,
Just to create a little confusion.
our first
I get
stab
you.
at this,
I
like
get
to
you.
mess with their SEO
Just
a
for
little
them
bit.
to
but-
accidentally find our show. would
Did it
have been
work?
So
Oh
exciting.
my god, absolutely. We got our shit rocked. They erased us.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Sued me into the
double,
Stone Age.
Yeah, double copyright violation.
wait,
Yes.
but aren't you
We-
the
as
same
far as they're concerned, we don't
family?
exist.
Is Smartless in the Headgum family?
Whew. Wow. From your lips.
I would say from your lips to God's
Yeah.
ears, but if God heard that, he
He may strike us
would,
down.
yes, he would kick all of our ass.
He's working
Smartless
for
isn't-
Smartless. Yeah.
No,
Wow.
they told you that, huh? They told you that Smartless was in the Headgum family.
Is that
and
part of
and-
what got you
and
in the
that's how
door
they got
here?
you here. Because I
That's-
was wondering, what is Wayne?
Why is Wayne under the
Well, that's
same
what
roof
Sharif
as my
told
Happy
me.
Meal S?
It was
Yeah.
Sharif.
I think
Oh,
never get your insider, your Hollywood insider info from the guy that cuts your hair
Yes.
on MLK.
Yeah.
Never do that, but I'm very trusting.
Well, that's not what I found when I snuck up on you while you were getting your hair cut.
Because, well, you don't sneak up on a dude when he's getting his hair cut. I think that's just kind of like, like you have boundaries, I have boundaries.
Then I would have appreciated another chance. If you say like, oh, you don't do that. Well, now I know that, and now I like.
And
but I'm
Sharif
not
didn't
allowed
like
to-
you, so I'm very unforgiving. And Sharif didn't give you the pass at first
because I didn't know his top 10 comedy.
because
podcast
you
at
didn't
that
know.
point. Mhm.
You didn't know, but he is
And
a
so
big
we've had
fan
to
of
book
Nicole
him.
Byer.
Nicole Byer.
He is a big
well,
fan.
Yes. So that
Man.
like she's
Who's
on
not?
Headgum. So
Yeah,
that
she
makes sense.
she always talking about why won't you date me? I would have dated her. I absolutely would have dated that woman. If she come down here, let's just say she gonna get a haircut, and that is a poorly worded euphemism.
Mm-hmm.
She gonna get her
The
hair.
haircut's intercourse.
You come on now. This is a smart one right here.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I wasn't even sure. That is
Yeah.
poorly worded.
That's just something. Really, I've never said it out loud. I've only
You've
thought
been
it to
thinking
myself.
about it a
As
lot.
I walk around,
Okay,
I
and
say,
it sounded
"Mm,
okay in there.
I'm gonna
but-
give her a haircut.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna use my brush. on that.
Okay, to give her.
They give her a haircut. Wow, that's that doesn't work for either the haircut
yeah.
or intercourse. Really.
Yeah, but you also don't want to think of your phallus as scissors, you know?
That is
sure.
wrong.
I mean,
That's just really scary.
Last time I thought about my phallus and scissors, it was 14 clicks outside of the net.
14 clicks. Now that's
So
pretty
you're-
far.
You're sort of staying, yeah. You're
I
getting
never actually saw
Everything's
action.
in relation to Da Nang, yeah.
I never actually fought in the war.
Okay, you miss Vietnam.
I was war adjacent. I was abutted up
Mhm.
next to the war zone, but never
Yeah.
went in.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Poor Willie,
adjacent
poor
Bateman.
Jason
Willie.
Bateman.
Adjacent
We changed our
Bateman.
podcast to that.
Yeah,
for a
Jason
while,
Bateman was also that was us just trying to get people around him.
But I think that this can work. I think that by using
working.
I think so too. It's
Wayne,
already
it's
working. It's already working.
I mean, this is the farthest we've ever gotten with any of these, and this episode so far has felt really good. I can't wait to start recording.
And
Yeah,
while we're
yeah, I
here,
really
like,
like this.
and in terms of starting to record, we do need a new theme song.
Okay.
We're
We
not
have
music
to.
guys.
No,
like,
dude,
we're
no.
in that business as well.
I would say I'm not trained. I
Yes.
am naturally musical.
Right.
You know, you can feel that. But I don't have the
What do you play?
training. Yeah, so I'm not trained to play.
So
but
yes,
just
exactly.
musically,
What do you play? Yes.
Yes.
I mean, exactly.
Yeah. What do I play?
Yeah.
Do you sing?
Right.
It's so it's all around it, isn't it?
Mhm.
All right. Okay. So you've got a musical aura.
Isn't it true? Yeah, I think so. And so that's sort of just a natural, aura is a great word for it, that just
Okay.
like kind of emanates off me. So I don't need to like play the instrument, you know?
Right.
Like
Because in a
sing.
way, you've already played the instrument.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah. But like,
So
so
if-
we probably won't be driving the bus so much on
Right.
the song
Okay.
for the show.
Just like as an air, it's Be Our Guest Brady.
Mm.
Be Our Guest,
Yeah.
pretty famous song from
Yeah.
a pretty famous movie. We don't necessarily want to poke the mouse on that one. You know what I mean? So if we could do a sound alike,
mm-hmm.
like a
And it's
Be
also
Our
colon
Guest,
searching for
Be
Wayne.
Our
And it's also
Guest.
just, I think we're dropping colon
Mhm.
searching for Wayne sometimes when we talk about it.
right.
So it is Be Our Guest Brady, and we can't say Be Our Guest, but like also like we should say Searching for Wayne.
I've got a pitch.
Mhm.
What if we didn't sing the Be Our Guest Brady? Let's really hone in on the searching for
Wayne.
piece
Okay,
of
well,
it.
great. No, if you have a
Yeah.
no, that's a great idea.
So
if you have a
almost
song, I'm sure
Carmen
there's a Searching for Wayne
Sandiego-ish?
song.
Well, there's a
that-
song called No Rain by Blind Melon, and maybe it's that we have no Wayne.
Okay. Do they say? What do they say? No. Where do they say no rain in the song? But there's no Wayne. That's right.
Yeah, all I can say is that my podcast pretty plain.
Is my podcast pretty
Oh,
plain?
oh. All I can
I'm
say
talking to my
is my
friend
podcast
searching for
pretty
Wayne.
Yes, that's right.
right. But no Wayne.
Right.
Yeah.
But do we have to sound like that one too a little bit?
Oh.
right?
Well, we can't sound like that song.
Yes.
Yeah.
All I can say.
So
is
that's
that
good.
my life is
podcast
pretty plain.
My podcast pretty plain.
I'm talking to my friend
Searching
searching
for
for
Wayne.
Wayne.
Okay.
I mean, like, no one is gonna smell that one out.
No.
Certainly not.
No one's gonna sue you for that.
Because we don't want to poke the bee.
Do
on
not
that one.
poke the bee.
They
Don't
got a
poke the
stinger,
mouse.
you know.
Don't
Yes.
poke the bee.
And all that I can do is bust in on his new hairdo.
Mm-hmm.
And
At the barbershop.
At
Yes,
the barber
at the
shop
barber
from
shop.
before.
Yes.
Yes. So then but then we will need a new
with me and my boys on MLK.
but then we will need a new
Yeah.
theme song from before we did that. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
So
that happened over the course of the
But
yeah.
that's cool. That,
No,
like
I think
the
that
show,
is
the
cool.
song
It's
is
been
evolved with
evolving.
the show.
Yes, and our relationship has been evolving with it.
Yes.
You know?
Hmm.
And so
Okay.
like we do eventually want
I
to
mean,
get
sorry, that felt loaded to me.
No, not loaded. Just really, I'm just trying to take it all in. I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like
Yeah.
I know you pretty well now, and the seemed really loaded.
It wasn't low. No, look, I'll be honest then, okay? I
Yeah.
hate the idea.
Yeah.
I hate the idea. I hate that theme song idea. I
Yeah.
don't think you're doing yourselves a service. And I feel like I know you guys now. So
Yeah.
I'm invested in the show and how this is presented. In fact, that's why I'm so glad that you've brought
We
me
can talk
aboard
about that.
as
We
a
can
co-owner
we
and
can
an
talk
executive
about that.
producer on it now.
We would love to talk about that. You assuming some of the
Financial risk.
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You know, like you really do know us now.
Yeah, it's
that
true.
would be huge.
Hey, if you
Yes.
want to ask me about my life on your show, you can.
That's not the kind of show that I'm doing now.
Oh,
Because I'm now I'm
now
part of your
he's
show.
in, he's in this.
Okay.
now.
Right, I'm this.
Yeah.
okay, yeah. I feel like we know each other now.
Well,
So I mean, let's talk a little
If
about
I-
Sean's life.
if I do ask you about your life, would that? How open do you plan on being with me?
If he's coming on board,
what's something that's really open?
I just
I don't want to use book. Everyone says book.
Yeah,
An open bag.
a bag.
Yeah.
I want your life to be an open bag.
I'm as open. I'm an open bag. My life's an open bag to you.
Okay. And if it's an open bag, then I can reach in and I can grab the goodies out of your bag that I want.
So beautiful. Yes.
Let's talk. I mean, we can. I mean, if he's gonna get invested, we can talk a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, some
Oh.
judges are mean,
isn't it
Right.
true? Just a power trip up
but
there.
some judges, they seem mean at first, but
Right.
like then, like you start like chopping it up with them a little bit. Like
It's a
you make them
facade.
laugh
Yeah.
once.
No,
Like
And it's-
no, when you say judges,
Mhm.
do you mean judge in the legal sense?
I mean, judges. Like we have been before. Like pretty much every judge in town.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh, wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For various crimes?
No, just for the one crime.
Mm-hmm.
But they keep bringing in more.
So-
it's
you're a
crazy
goddamn
how many judges they
pinball,
can
this
fit in
legal
a
system.
courtroom.
Yeah,
So
they
the
just
rumors are
load
true
you up
then,
with
because
judges.
I'd always heard about the one crime, but I didn't know if it was real.
Well, and neither do these judges. That's why they keep kind of comparing.
They,
notes.
I did
Yeah.
not know this was a legal term. Certainly didn't know that it's been around for hundreds of years. But fraudcasting is apparently a very serious crime.
Yeah. It's like a SEC
Yeah.
adjacent kind of thing. where it's like fraudcasting. Yeah.
So can you explain that to me?
So basically, you cannot lie on a podcast, and so
Which I if I had known that, I don't know that it would even have been appealing to me to start one.
or we would have like figured out some way to make money off it before
By lying.
hand. Yeah.
That yes, so that we could pay some of these legal fees.
I didn't know that
because
you
we
couldn't
didn't-
lie. I thought that this was the one place that it was actually encouraged to embellish.
Wayne, I'm happy that you're talking
if we
to
can
us
be
now because
if
you're
we can
early
be an
on in your
example
run,
for
yeah.
other kids, like
You
that
don't
would
wanna
be-
meet all these
that's all we
judges.
that's all we want to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on my podcast, what if I shouldn't lie or else I would be fraudcasting?
Yes. And
Yeah.
so the number of judges that have been brought onto this case has been good for us from an audience perspective because
Right.
those are downloads.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're juicing the numbers a
Yeah,
little bit
they have
that
to
way.
listen to the whole catalog because there's been a lot of lies.
What's the best judge that you've had?
Lance.
Judge Lance.
Judge Lance.
Judge Lance Ito?
Yes. You know him.
Okay,
Personally,
wow. I didn't
yes.
think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't use his last
He
name.
said
because
he
we
knew
become
you.
so
he loves
close.
you.
Yeah.
He said if we got you onto our podcast that he would
Man.
at the very least split the sentence between the three of us
Mhm.
instead of just the two of us.
Yeah.
Judge Ito. Wow.
If we could get you in jail where he could kind of like watch you and get to hang out with you, like
He's the most people only really know him from the OJ debacle.
Mhm.
But I have to tell you, they know him as judge.
Mm-hmm.
I know him as friend. He is the one that taught me how to battle rap when I was coming up in the
Mhm.
battle rap scene.
Lance did. Oh, I was familiar with his
Lance.
dancing. I had seen him dance a lot.
Oh,
Yes.
that dude, amazing crumper.
Mhm.
The West Coast style of crumping, originated here on the West Coast, right outside of the barbershop on MLK.
Mhm.
But the battle rap scene, Lance Ito,
amazing rapper.
Lance
So,
Ito, they
yes.
used to call him the Truth
Yes.
because he was a judge, and all of his battle rap, whoever he
Mhm.
went up against, all of his schemes are always legal themed.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And he-
complicated
on the
legal
same-
terms, citing precedent.
So,
and, yeah.
dude,
Yes. Judge Lancito, sting you like a mosquito, fold you at the ends like a mission burrito,
What?
dip you like a
Yeah.
tostito.
Yes.
Like, it was all on that Ito.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, and then he would do the
I don't
Ito.
think that's his real name, honestly. I think it's
No,
just
I
like,
think
well,
it really worked
that's
for
his
the
rhyme
rhyme
name.
scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
his
it's his
rhyme
rhyme
name.
name.
Yeah.
He's
you
like,
need one.
he's like, I'll sentence you beyond beliefs, get you out them legal briefs. Adjourned,
Wow.
bitch, adjourned. Make you want to burn. You've learned. Now I've turned. I discern this sentence. Oh, it was. I could quote his lyrics for days.
Yes. Get you out those legal briefs.
Get you out those legal briefs.
That shook
So
me
hot.
up.
Maybe
Yeah,
warm.
that really had me shook up.
And he was always shirtless.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Yes.
So hot.
Mhm.
He and under the robe he is too. And you can kind of like
Oh,
every
yeah.
once in a
Yeah.
while he'll kind of scratch in there and like,
No,
Yeah.
you can see what's
but he
going on.
gives you shirtless under a robe vibes.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, let's just say it. I mean, he's got a washboard back there. It feels like when he like scratches his abs, I feel like I'm listening to a jug band.
Emmett Otters.
I feel like I'm listening to Emmett Otter's jug band. That's the kind of work that he's.
I'm so glad that you knew that. That's how I really know who I want to be, my friends. The fact that you knew who Emmett
Otter's jug band.
Yes.
Oh, just by nodding and saying yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
that's what I do when I know something. Like
Yes.
I nod, I say yes. So
Well,
then
you
that's-
didn't even talk about the River Bottom gig.
You didn't even tell. Now that's why I know I like you more.
Oh, good. I was
Screw
worried
Hamish.
that since I was the only one that didn't do a Judge Ito rap, that I was kind of on the bottom.
I like you better than Hamish.
Oh, that's so good to hear because not a lot of people say that.
And again, my name, like it was Hamish, but my name for the show now is Hayes. Just so we have because again,
Well, and we had two
the
Hamishes
legal
in the game.
Right, it
implications
was
are like
Hamish and
not,
Hamish.
it's not a joke.
We had two
Yes.
Hamishes. We had Hayes and we had Hamish.
And that was part of the
Linklater.
advantage of changing
yeah.
it because just the number of Hamishes. Like
So are we going with so in terms of your theme song? Because I want to make
Yeah.
sure that we nail
Let's
that.
do the song, yeah.
So we're doing like a song like a "Where in the World is Carmen" San Diego type vibe.
I like Carmine just so we don't get in
Yeah,
trouble
right,
with
so,
that
yeah,
as
no,
well.
Where in
pin
the
us down.
world is Carmen?
Mhm.
Detroit.
Detroit.
And
And then you just answer it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we don't what's all these games. Let's just say where she is.
you could have
She's in
saved
Detroit.
They
She's
they
at Ford Field.
They could have saved themselves so much time. Oh,
So Judge, I mean, this is what happened with OJ too. Judge Ito becomes a fan of someone, and then he tries to pin something on them and put them in jail. And he has become
an Uber fan of you guys.
really of yours. And so if we can get you on the show, change our show to be our guest Brady searching for Wayne.
Just legally,
then
it would really
How about be our guest, Brady?
benefit us.
The search. It's got a little more urgency. The search
Okay,
for
well,
Wayne, not
you
searching
lost
for
him.
Wayne.
I'm just telling you, you lost him. You're gonna have to take that up with him. He's
okay.
not gonna like that at all.
It's not active.
Wow.
So
I
It's
mean,
passive.
there aren't any bad ideas in a spitball session, right? I mean, we're all
I
just
didn't
coming
think
up
so.
with Stuff.
Prior
Until
to
just
today,
then?
I didn't think so.
Until just-
they,
That
I
was
always
the
took
rule?
that
they're
position.
gonna have to change that
I
phrase.
always
as well.
took that position. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
just like there
Bland.
used to be no bad press.
Mhm.
There used to be no bad ideas in a spitball session.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I learned something today too.
But the search, ugh. Ew.
How about the search? The
Instead of the.
I think it makes
two E's.
the search and use an accent.
The search. Wait, what
Not an
accent?
offensive one, and
Oh.
we want to cut that out.
Right,
Yeah.
like the
Let's
yeah,
do a normal.
Yeah, I think you can stick with British. That's yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. The search.
Okay,
It's like research to me now.
the search. How about the search for Wayne? The search for Wayne.
And I do that.
Okay, so we can plug that into that, and that sounds
How'd
like
that be
almost
what I
exactly
said?
like Hamish. Hamish is Scottish, but is kind of wants to be posh. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
okay.
he's trying to get rid of the
The search for
Scottish thing.
Wayne.
yeah.
The search for Wayne is Wayne.
But you say to Hamish aren't you Scottish? And he goes, nay. It's okay, you said nay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Where-
you're Scottish.
Yeah. It's a
Where
very
is
Scottish
Hamish?
way to say no.
Hamish. So we have let Judge Ito. Judge Ito needs someone to as collateral, to just kind of hang on to. So
Judge
Hamish
Ito
is
is
locked
holding on
up.
to
He's in the judge's
because
quarters. Yeah.
my name was originally Hamish. It
Right.
was pretty easy to kind of confuse the situation.
Mhm.
Okay, you
we'll
got
let
Hamish.
you hold Hamish while I
We
go
promise
out and
you
get
Hamish.
Wayne. Yeah.
Right.
Well, how long has Hamish been held?
I mean, we've
What
been
day
doing
is
the
it?
show
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
like you said, not a little over 10 years, but not 15 years.
So Hamish has been held all this time.
I mean, since we started doing the show, yeah, we got
We did a
got-
couple episodes of the show.
Mhm.
We got busted for fraudcasting. Then
Right.
then we kind of gave Hamish as collateral. And we've been talking to Lance the whole time.
So when do we get Hamish back?
That's what we're asking
what you're
you,
here
basically.
for. And
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
we have not.
Huh.
We've heard a lot of ideas for a song. We haven't really done a song.
So let's
yet.
do the song really quick, and we can
Okay.
just jump right into it because we want to actually get to the episode, the 600th
Right.
episode
Because just been
of,
talking about it so
Be Our
far.
Guest Brady Searching for
Yeah.
Wayne, where we actually have Wayne Brady on the show, and like from there we can kind of improvise a little bit.
So let's try.
A little bit.
So as we were talking, I've written the song.
Okay.
So I think we should do something that no one else is doing. So
Is that kind of dishonest? I mean, like,
in
I don't
terms of
know. Like, I don't want to make this a whole thing, but just like when I talk to someone, I want to
Right.
actually like be talking to them. I don't want them to be like writing a song and in my head. And that's just for like.
no, but I was still present halfway. I was
okay.
yeah, I was here.
Just knowing that now, I'm just feeling like I wasn't really. I guess I'll listen to the song.
I guess I feel like I was stolen from on a certain level.
Mhm. I hope the song is really good. That's
Yeah.
all I. That's
and
all
I'm
I have
finished
to say.
writing now. I'm sorry. What are you guys saying?
I really thought that actually hurts me even more
That
because I really
tricked
thought
me
that
because
we
now I know-
sat
I
up
don't know
and
the
sat
difference.
forward,
Mhm.
and I didn't know that you were just sitting forward because
That's really
you had
scary.
thought of something for the song.
That's
Yeah.
really scary.
That's really.
Ooh, I've
scared
got it.
me. Is that okay? Was that like? I feel like that might have been about the song. Was
Let me
that
go
about
back.
the conversation we were just having, or was that about the song?
I feel like he's working on something else for another show.
I'm sorry. I just wrote a screenplay.
Oh God,
That's so
Okay.
impressive, but
Yeah.
it's really scary. Because I felt like I was talking to you for a lot of this.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Are you
I
saying
don't
who
know
are you
who
saying
you're
yes to
telling
right now?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I was practicing my wedding vows. I was writing my
Oh,
vows.
you're
Wow.
foregoing I do. It's just gonna be a straight up yes.
But yeah. I'm about
This
saving
I
time.
do stuff.
I'm
It's
about
like,
saving
I need two
time.
words for this. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got to go back to
Yeah.
access the song. Okay.
Okay.
So why don't we try this? So we'll do like one of those cool, like jazzy. Like I'll go where, and you go where. Ready?
Okay.
Where,
Where?
where,
Where?
where.
Sorry. Fuck.
At the same time? Hayes did it at the same time. Should I do it at the same time?
Try it. Ready?
Okay.
Where. Now all three of us.
Where?
The search for Wayne.
Welcome everybody.
Welcome
To,
to
a pretty
Be
special
Our Guest
episode
Brady, one of the best episodes we've ever
Be
done.
Our Guest Brady, searching for Wayne. The search for Wayne.
Years in the
I'd
making.
say I'm a little excited about this one.
And
We have a pretty good guest.
We like to introduce the show first before our
We have a
guest talk.
pretty good guest. Yeah, just hang on. We have a pretty good guest for this one.
It's
I
been a
guess you could
long.
say.
It's been a long journey
Okay.
Ooh.
with a lot of ups and downs.
I'm worried about next week.
I think
I hate to live there already.
Sean and I have gotten a lot closer in this
Oh my
process.
God, yes.
We have lost friends,
Oh yeah.
but we have made friends as well.
Mhm.
And I'm excited to say that we
Sharif the barber.
made a friend tonight.
And I'll take over. And Hayes is getting emotional, which it's justified. You know, you work so long for something, and you start to really think like, this is not gonna happen. Like this is not. You know, this was not worth it. My life is
so long.
not what I thought it was gonna be. You know, I get and Wayne is here,
you sitting there.
You guys,
and he.
I'm touched. I'm here. This has been years in the making, guys.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
tell you. I've had lots of career highs. This isn't necessarily that, but it is a moment.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy
Yeah.
that I'm sharing that moment with you guys.
Mhm.
No matter what anyone else said, no matter what my people said, no matter what Sharif, God bless him, R.I.P., no matter what Sharif said,
I can't believe he
I
went
can't
back to
believe he-
Vietnam and got shot.
he did. And it's the damnedest thing. The Vietnam War has been over since what, 70?
It certainly felt that way.
But
Yeah.
But he said that he thinks there's still guys back
And he
there that
just
they're
went
holding.
back.
Yeah.
He went back a couple weeks ago, and the last conversation we had, he said, "Hey, Sharif," he goes, "What you doing here, man? You bald?" And I said, "Yeah, I just like to come back sometimes." He goes,
You need to go and see them white boys. You need to go and sit down with them, man. I know I told you I wasn't a big fan, but they really love you.
And he said, I can't do his voice, but he said, if I go back there, like they didn't kill me, they captured me. No matter what, I am still alive back there. But I think he is actually dead.
Yeah.
Well, I did get a voicemail from him a couple days ago.
Okay.
But I didn't know if it was him or a prank.
Yeah.
He was like,
oh my God, please. I
and then it was cut off.
I got a text from him that just said, and I can't do his voice, but he said, I'm about 89 clicks outside of Da Nang right now. Which, I don't really
understand
at
how
that
far.
point, use a different
He's out of country at that point.
central. Yes, that's
Yes.
what I felt too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so many clicks.
R.I.P.
Yeah,
And
that was who he was.
And
that's why I'm
I
here.
also don't want to claim that the war is still going on and they shot him or something. His plan was to fly a helicopter into Da Nang, which he had never done before.
Right. He's never flown a helicopter. He's many things.
Yes.
He cuts hair. He's a prolific
he's not that
children's artist.
Okay, he's not that prolific. I just want to say, he's basically cuts hair.
3 books now.
Okay, 3 pictures.
3
he would show
picture
me a
books.
picture.
Yeah.
It'd be like, here's a book.
This is
Jimmy's
my new
first
children's
haircut.
book.
Yeah.
Timmy's first haircut.
It was
Yeah.
a series. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a series.
Well,
He's why I'm here. So thank you.
And the kids were always pretty old to have their first haircut. Am I wrong? They look like teenagers.
I didn't know if that's just the way he drew kids.
Yeah, I think that he drew everyone old.
Yeah,
And if you were already old, you were just older.
yeah.
Yeah. God bless him, man. But
Yeah,
but it's because of
I
him
miss him.
that I'm here with you on this couch today, and it makes me very happy.
That's so
And it has
powerful.
been so incredible having you here, Wayne, and it was all worth it. And if the fans could just everyone comment, everyone is on board.
Yeah,
this
everyone
is the
like-
best episode of Be Our Guest Brady.
I
Searching
can't believe
for
they
Wayne, the
got
search
him.
for Wayne ever.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Can't believe they got him. Tweeting at different journalists and stuff.
Blow us up, folks.
You are not going to believe who Be Our Guest Brady Searching for Wayne got this week. Vulture, if we could get Vulture together.
So my question is, and I don't know if you guys have thought about this, is I'm here. So what happens next week?
Recap.
Bye.
That was a Headgum podcast.